Hello, all you hardcore boxing fans out there. How are you doing? It's Big Porky here, the voice of hardcore boxing. But then again, you know that, don't you? That's why you tuned in. First of all, I want to thank all you people for sharing these videos on WhatsApp amongst your pals. That's really good and it's helping the channel move forward. All right. Today I'm joined by Kent, the hardcore's hardcore, from Belfast in Northern Ireland. How are you doing, Kent?
Good morning, Russell. How you doing, mate?
All right, mate.
You keeping okay?
Yeah, I'm all right. Are you all right?
Did you? Was it your turn to pay with Richard on Friday?
Yeah. Well, yeah. I woke up and thought, "Where's my car?" I thought, where's my car? I think him and his missus fetched me home in the Range Rover, and I thought, well, no keys. And anyway, we got it sorted. He fetched it back for me. I went and got him. So all good. Went for a coffee and had a chat. Had a good day with him. He can drink, but he's a big lad, isn't he? So
Big lump. I'm
a little lad now, so I'm a lightweight. But yeah, we had a good time with that. Yeah, he's a good night out. Right. A lot's gone on in boxing over the weekend. I just wondered what's your take on the Eddie Hills show, the 4-0 Iceman from Billy Ricky, 3 by way of. What did you think to it? I want to hear your take, because obviously I said my bit with Dale yesterday, but let's see what you've got to say, Ken.
A lot of stuff that we say, we kind of agree quite a lot in a lot of stuff, and I don't want people thinking that I'm just coming on the channel and agreeing with you.
Yeah.
There's stuff that you say at times that maybe I don't agree with. Something yesterday you said about Eddie Hearn going back to Sky. I don't think Sky will ever take Eddie Hearn back ever again. Never. Well, no chance.
If you think that, why have they still got the leg in with darts and table tennis and all that other stuff, pool and all that, and snooker?
That the whole darts thing was the split. They left. They were asked to leave, type of thing. They were like kind of enticed in, but that's way back. That's a different. I know Dale's a darts fan. Dale could explain that better, but I don't think Sky will ever have him back, but that's different. The fight card, I thought, you know, that the production, I enjoyed hearing more from Woodsy than I did from Maya Jama. She wasn't about anywhere, which was good. I thought Bellew, I don't like, but here Laura Woods actually try and sound like she actually knows something about boxing, than Maya just completely wing it and not care. I thought the card was pretty mediocre, to be honest, Russell, because if you look at the 3 fight camps, there hasn't been an away fighter. Has an away fighter even won a fight on any of them cards? I don't think so.
Yeah, Dylan White lost against Povetkin, didn't he?
Yeah, well, that's the last. Yeah, he got knocked out. well, in this
cycle. Yeah, sorry. Yeah.
This cycle, there hasn't been an away fighter that has won, and you've talking about that in about a lot of other promoters. They're putting on shows that aren't competitive. Where do you want me to start on the card? Where do you want me to start?
From the beginning, I suppose, the first fight.
Selfa. I'm not going to be hard on Selfa. He's lost his mother. He's only come back into a fight, so it's better getting him in and getting him on with it. He's going to fight Tico Martinez again in a rematch, which was a very close fight the last time. Could have went the other way. At least he's fighting Kiko next. So, yeah, that is. It was a show opener. It was an opening fight. Valel Simon He's 22-6 now. He's just journeyman to get something out of it.
Yeah.
Again, self-led done what he had to do, knock the guy out. That's it. Nothing. I'm not gonna add any more on that. We had the Joe card. We see. We had Reese Bellotti again, fed to an American, Raymond Ford, the southpaw. I think it's a bit strange to see, a UK, a British fighter, and Reese Bellotti being used as enhancement talent on a UK show against an American fighter. That says a lot for Eddie Russell, to be honest. Have you ever seen that before?
No.
What's your opinion on it?
I just think that Reese Bellotti's finished, basically. That's what I think. I think he's just B-side now, isn't he?
Yeah, he's going to be. He was used as enhancement talent. He was used as B-side. So, yeah, he's absolutely finished. So it has, this was a guy that was come off champion at one stage and looking to go on and fight for European honors, and now he's getting fed to American fighters coming over. So much for my fighters or my mates. I enjoyed the Cash Farouk fight against Castellino. I thought that was a really good fight. What do you think about it?
Yeah, I want to see him in with that McGregor though.
Yeah. Do you think that'll happen?
No, I don't think it'll happen. No, I don't. They're talking about it, but they've got to pay lip service to fans, haven't they? They've been talking about Savannah Marshall, Clarissa Shields 2 year, but it's nowhere near to getting over the line. There's a lot of talk. There's a lot of talking going on in boxing. I call them shit talkers. People that chat shit just for the sake of chatting shit. I don't want them people around me in my company. So I surround myself with people now who don't have shit chatters in the company. Do you know what I mean? I don't. I mean, I suppose everybody saw the Peter Fury tweet that went out last night, didn't we, about arse licking in boxing and the in crowd and all that. Did you see it?
I didn't see it, Russell. I didn't see it, but I can actually. I know what he's talking about. I know. I think what's going on at the minute.
Go on, sorry.
I think what's going on at the minute is that Hugh was brought in. He was put on a pay-per-view card right away. He fought Plevekin when nobody wanted to fight him. He is in this stage of his career where the whole heavyweight division is parked up. Everyone's parked up, even aren't fighting each other because they're waiting for probably a vacant belt, which is not going to happen. The talk was that Eddie Hearn already said on various interviews that he wanted to bring David Price back to fight Hughie Fury.
David Price. Let me just read this out from Peter. Let me just read this. I'll read it to you, see what you think. This is from Peter Fury. What I see in boxing, sucking up each other's arsehole to get favours, the in crowd, I call them. So glad I've always been an outcast. Bow to fuck all. Only God above is my master. Much love to all the real people. Now, Peter's obviously not happy with what he's seeing in boxing, isn't he? Because he's somebody I'd like to think that's cut from the same cloth as myself. And, Mark Tibbs, Mick Whale, them sort of people, Chris Smedley, people who don't kiss arse. Do you know what I mean? And I see, I don't see him walking from the sport, but I see him after Hughie and Savannah not doing out with boxing after they finished. I don't like the way boxing's going at the moment. The heavyweight division's parked up. But is the light heavyweight division, is that parked up as well? Because Canelo's not fighting Batavia, is he? Or Bivol, any of them?
No.
He can't get a fight with Caleb Plant, so that's parked up, isn't it? What about Golovkin and Canelo? Why aren't they having a trilogy? Well, who's Golovkin fighting? Is this a knock-on effect all the way down? Because if the heavyweight division is not on form, it trickles down, doesn't it? The money should trickle down, but it isn't, is it? So everybody's parked up. And I can see now why Tyson Fury is getting all the blame, because they've messed the Joshua fight up. They've messed the Wilder trilogy up. That don't even look like it's any closer to happening. They've already wheeled out the father, going on about, you know, why it might not happen and all this. And they don't seem to be throwing a lot of money at the production with it. So what are we left with? We're left with these YouTubers nipping in and seeing an opening, and entrepreneurs are going to do that, aren't they? That's just the way I see it at the moment, mate. I'm disillusioned with the sport myself. I feel like, you know what? I could come in here one day. I could take an axe to everything in here, just axe everything up like a mad axe man, and then go do something else. Because no matter what I turn my hand to, I seem to do all right. Apart from this, it's a mess, isn't it? It's a mess, and I keep banging on about it because I want people to do something about it. But what can we do about it when we've got the people at the top, the boxing board of control in this country? They're not sticking to the rules. If they were sticking to the rules, how's Tommy Frank in a British title fight this month? How? Coming off 2 losses, technically 4, but he's coming off 2 losses. He's in a British title fight. I've been in situations where Robert Smith, has been on the phone and he said to people, "Now, can't do it. He's coming off a loss. Well, Tommy Frank's coming off 2 losses. So what we've got now, we've got promoters. They're going to see a chink in the armor when the board are letting them do what they want. Well, we'll let him have a title fight, even though they've had 2 losses. Oh, they're on the back foot, aren't they, the board now? Because they want to get earning, don't they, the board? So they're not even sticking to their rules. And without rules, what have you got? You've got anarchy, haven't you? That's what you've got, anarchy, mate. So I see the people at the top not doing the job. The boxing board of control, these men in the 70s that have been milking it for years. Underneath them, you're dealing with people that are doing drug testing. Look, there's people in the sport now who are juiced out of their minds, making comebacks. I'm not saying who they are. There's people who are not going to be drug tested in certain fights who are fighting, and they're on the gear, mate. They are on the gear. All right. And nobody's doing out about it. There should be either no testing and let them all take what they want, or everybody be tested from debut, not just at title level. So boxing's got to help itself, hasn't it? But it keeps shooting itself in the foot, doesn't it? So I keep banging on for change, but nobody's listening. It's like all these brain scans, isn't it? Why can't we have brain scanning equipment in border control registered trainers, gym? So every time they've had a sparring session, give them a brain scan. Why can't we have that? What's the difference? Why does it have to be after the fight? You can still get clipped in sparring, can't you? It's like a racing driver practicing at Silverstone. You know, I've got a mate who will go and pay to go on his motorbike. He'll go to a track at Cadwell. Well, why can you do that and have a crash but not be tested? What's the difference? You should be tested, shouldn't you? Boxers, if they're sparring, should have testing. What if you have a crash at Silverstone and you're practicing? Oh, it's okay. You don't have to have a crash. You don't have to have a test because it's not a real race. What's all that about? There's got to be testing equipment for these kids that are sparring. That's paramount. They keep going on about fucking safety is paramount. And then there's the other stuff that I bang on about. When I see them at shows, I go, "Hey, you, come here, you board." It's Porky. I say, what about savings accounts and pensions for boxers? We don't want people ending up like Michael Gomez, do we? Hey, punch drunk. Hey, who's looking out for him? Because when they were knocking everybody out, they were all hanging out at the back of him, weren't they? What about him now? Who's looking out for Michael Gomez now? Is Robert Smith? Who's looking out for Errol Bomber Graham? Is Robert Smith Charlie Giles? No, all Charlie Giles wants to do is swan about talking about all flights is going on to all these conventions and that, and Oh, he takes his missus, Charlie. They're fucking great, that, isn't it? 70-odd-year-old swanning about. Oh, isn't that lovely, that? Getting yourself on TV and all that. Hey, what about the fighters? What about them? Who's looking out for fucking fighters? Hey? It's fucking wrong, mate. Send me mad. Sorry about that little blast.
Well, it was just vent it. You're better venting it, Russell. But
nobody's listening, though, are they?
It's people are, you know, people the viewership of this channel, people are getting more on board with it, and it's being highlighted. It's better highlighting it than not. But going back to Peter Fury, you know, it's Peter must be really angry for him to say inflammatory language like that. You know, Peter's a gentleman and he's a God-fearing man. So for him to say something like that on social media, he must be absolutely furious, and he's right. You know, what would make sense for Huey to go and fight David Price for a British or a vacant British or whatever? It makes absolutely no sense whatsoever.
Well, what
Price
you've got,
body.
No, I was just about to say David Price. Look, why is he even in mix? He's just been took apart by Chisora. And is he only in the mix because he's Tony Bellew's best mate? Are they going to keep wheeling David Price out till he's 40? Aye.
You know, and pay-per-view cards every time, you know, why would you want to see the same person get knocked out every time on pay-per-views? You know, all right, he put Povetkin down. That's okay. But he's been knocked out in every big fight he's ever had. I don't want to see David Price on a pay-per-view card. I don't mind watching him on a normal boxing card down the card. Same. Talking about building Huey up and getting him into a title contention, there's absolutely no commercial value in that fight whatsoever. You know, they were right to not. I'm not saying they turned it down, but I think they didn't want it. And what it in this fight? Why would anybody want to watch this? And from that, there has been absolutely no language. There's been no talk about getting Huey a fight at all.
I don't want to see David Price in a British ring again after what happened with Chisora. I don't want to see it. How many times has David Price been knocked out now? Is it 7 or 8?
Oh, flip. Well, he's been knocked out by Povetkin. He's been knocked out by Thompson twice. He get knocked out by Akin Tapper. He's been knocked out by Chisora.
Povetkin as well, isn't he?
He quit in the stool that time against the Russian guy. Remember I think it was the Chisora and Takam fight. I think he quit in he had a sore shoulder. Remember that?
Well, look, when you're Derek Chisora with 11 losses was knocking you out, you know, it's time to, you know, carry on with your plumbing business, isn't it? He comes over as a nice fella, David Price, and I've heard he lives in a big house and he's got a few quid. Good luck to him, but the point I want to make is this. When you've been knocked out 7 times, or I know it's 7 at least, maybe more, but when you've been knocked out that many times, how can you sell yourself? Are they going to keep selling him as it only takes one punch to change the course of a fight, and the last thing you lose is your power? Are we going to be fucking hearing that every time they wheel David Price out? Aye. What I see, Russell, is you spoke about the board and your frustrations about the board, and they're letting things go like before. I can never remember a fighter coming off a loss and fighting for a British title. Never. What's happened the last couple of years? So we had that fiasco with Derek Chisora and Haymaker, David Hay. They had that whole row in Germany, and they come back and the board refused to sanction it. They point blank refused to sanction the fight. Yeah. Then Frank Warren came in and was like, right, okay, just get them a Luxembourg license and we can do what they want. From that, Russell, I think the board have been terrified and desperate
to do anything what promoters say. Anything.
Yeah, you're probably right there, kid. You're probably right. The board are on the back foot because they need to keep getting shows out because they've all got lifestyles that need to be, adhered to. I know they put it all through as expenses, don't they? But I don't know, mate. They've got good lives, them British Boxing Board of Control blokes, and they're on a free jolly up all year round because it's an everyday job to them, and all it is just swanning about all day, hanging about all day, and they're all paid to stay in hotels and go and do this and do that. Look, they've got it off to a T. They've got it off to fine art now. But what are they doing for the fighters? They mind what they're doing
Nothing.
for the fucking selves. What are the Boxing Board of Control doing for British fighters? Is it best that some organisation comes in and sets up a new organisation? Would that be a good idea?
Yeah, of course. Like we spoke there at the start about the darts and stuff way back. It happened there, and look what happened with Emmons with the PDC. Yeah, so here, stranger things have happened. You spoke something there, Russell, about the brain scanners and the mobile scanners around all the gyms. When was the last time you heard the board actually talking about? You see it quite a lot of this now, Russell, where fighters are getting broken orbital sockets, broken bones, bone density.
Yeah.
A lot of fighters are making weight and they're getting a lot of bones are breaking. When was the last time any fighter actually went and got a bone scan to see what their bone density was?
Cost, isn't it?
Because probably they're making their weight.
Cost. It's all about cost. Who's going to pay for it? Do you know what I mean? I mean, we're in an era now where people are paying to go on shows. And we'll come to that when you grow up and come on my channel and you know what I'm on about. People are paying to go on shows. I mean, what's all that about? Eh? Fighters paying to play. Eh? Some people just don't want to talk about things like that, do they? But we'll come to that in another episode.
The rest of the card
then.
Michael McKinston against Romanowski. How did you find that fight?
Fought McKinston.
Did you?
We're favourite one. Yeah, he was favourite. They all won, didn't they? 7-0. Eddie went. Yeah. All fighters.
What did you think of Conor Benn on talking about it afterwards?
Conor Benn is a man that doesn't own one of the 6 belts, area level, English, British, Commonwealth, European, or a world title. He doesn't own any of them belts, but yet he's world ranked. He's strutting around in his ice cream suit with his Essex Gucci sliders on and no socks, giving it the old roadman with fake beard he's got. He is a complete weapon. Right? Conor Benn, you're a weapon. Come see me. But point I want to make is that who is he fighting? He's doing a lot of talking and they're putting him into all these scenarios like he's this big superstar, but he has won 0. I know Ozzie Smith's a big Conor Benn fan now, and people keep saying, oh, Conor Benn, he's come on. He's won fuck all. Fucking hell, man. They're wheeling him out now like he's a world champion. He has won. Fuck all. When he's won something, come and chat then. McKinson's won stuff, hasn't he? But he's not getting red carpet treatment, is he? What are we going to have next? Campbell fucking Hatton wheeled out in an ice cream suit. Big Gucci sliders and Mercedes convertible. Is that what we're going to have next? Campbell Hatton. Oh, let's wheel him out. It's Mickey Hatton's son. Take your glasses off, Campbell. Put a suit on. Get rid of your socks. Go for Essex look. Get a fucking beard transplant. It's all shit. It's all fucking shit. Show me a fucking fight who's been and who's he beat. I don't want to see all this dressed up Essex polished shit. I want to see him with a fucking win over somebody. Put him in with Chris Conger. Put him in with McKinson. Put him in with David Evanesian. Put him in with him. Put him in with Josh fucking Kelly. Put him in with somebody with a fucking heartbeat. Fucking hell, man. People start fucking around with boxing and all hell breaks loose. Sorry about that.
You know, he said a comment the other day there. I've got another top boy now, and I'm thinking, what are you
Got a
talking
what? Got a what?
He's in with another top boy.
Top boy, who's he fighting next? Top fucking boy, who's he fighting next? Errol Spence. Errol Spence's the man in that weight division. Errol Spence, mate. And he couldn't fucking spar 2 rounds with him without fucking getting it put on the seat of his pants. They're talking shit. Fucking shit chatters. Fucking hell, we're being frauded. This is fucking tantamount to fraud. Fucking hell. I
think Conor Benn now has to be the most deluded fighter in boxing.
Deluded. Fucking not got a fucking belt. Oh my! Conor Benn. Fight Chris McKinson, right? Fight Chris McKinson, and if you beat him, I'll get on the Conor Benn hype train. Fight Chris McKinson or David Evanesian, Josh Kelly. Fight one of them 3. They mind digging these fucking bodies up.
I think that the heated seats in his Range Rover are causing him serious problems. I think he's probably hemorrhoids, and I think it's overheating his brain. What did you think of the whole Tony Bellew? Laura Woodsey asked basically a question that
do you know what
Tony and what did you think of Tony's reaction to that?
I can't remember. What did he say?
He basically said that Conor was an exciting fighter. He brings it. Conor basically said, yeah, mate, if you come and fight me, I lay you out or you lay me out, something like that there. I entertain the fans. Basically that McKinson doesn't entertain the fans enough for it to warrant this fight. That's what the excuse was.
Right, well, let me give my opinion on Tony Bellew, the bell end, right. Tony Bellew was employed by Matchroom and DAZN. So he's not going to get stuck into Conor Benn on live TV. He's not going to say, Conor, but you haven't beat nobody yet, have you? Who have you been in with? Ian Dark wouldn't have messed up. He said, Conor, you're not really tested at this level. They dress it up and try and make, well, yeah, Conor, you're one for the future, but you're not really tested at this level. And who have you beaten? What have you fucking won? Tony Bellew's not going to do that because Tony Bellew is biased. Eddie Hearn, Barry Hearn, they both admit that he's biased. Tony Bellew admits that he's biased. So does Dave Colwell. So Tony Bellew, whilever he is hula hooping, DAZN and Matchroom, who pay him, right? You're not going to get proper punditry from these people, are you? Nobody's going to say it as they see it. But across the board, probably nobody would because they're being paid by these people to sell a fucking narrative. Conor Benn, he might win a British title, he might not. But so far, he hasn't. He's not even tried to win a British. He's swerving the main 3 people. Josh Kelly, McKinson, Evanesian. There's 3 fighters there, probably at 3 different levels. Why don't he fight them? No, he wants to skip all that. And he's probably going to end up with somebody like Errol Spence or somebody in about a year, 18 months or something, and he'll be laid out. Then he'll be coming out with, yeah, setbacks paved the way for comeback, paved the way for comebacks, bruv. Even my old man got beat against Watson and he come back and won a world title. We're talking that kind of shit because they want to get that money, then come back and go to British level. Well, no, go to British level now because if they get beat, they're never going to get the pay-per-views, are they? So they know he's not the real deal. That's why they're trying to jump for the money first. If he won the real fucking deal, they'd go through all the levels, won't they? And do it the traditional way. Am I right?
Yep.
There you go. So we're being sold a fraud. This is a con in front of us by confidence tricksters. But nobody's saying, hey, fucking well. I can assure you, right, that Tony Bellew and all his little cronies who hang around him, they're all saying the same as me. Isn't that right, Tony? Caldwell will be, because they know the boxing. They know the boxing. But they're not going to fucking say it on live TV or on the social media, are they? They're not going to do that, are they? Because they don't want to get took out the circle. I'm going to say it because I don't give a fuck, right? They don't pay me. Nobody pays me. I pay my fucking self. Nobody's going to say what I say. That's why I've got all the fucking attention. And I've got a lot of respect from a lot of people in boxing in this as well. My inbox this morning were chock-a-block. So, yeah, we probably are going in the right direction at the moment. Probably are. But it'd be nice if some of the people who are giving me some respect will come out and say what I say, like Peter Fury's come out, hasn't he, last night? He said what he thinks. And there'll be more. I see Joe Gallagher had a pop at Rob Tebbett, didn't he, as well, on his social media. Rob Tebbett, you fucking bumlick. So, look, point I want to make is this. Boxing needs to change for... Crawl out Joe's arse, Kent. Boxing needs to change for the better, but the Conor Benn situation, I just can't get behind him, mate. He's one fuck all, and they're giving him the red carpet treatment. He's strutting about, like I've just said, in his ice cream outfit with his Gucci sliders on. He looks a complete dick. Conor Benn, you look a dick. Come back when you've done something. When you've beat somebody and won something. Come back then with your fucking convertible. It's like Pop Idol in reverse, isn't it? Conor Benn's won, he's won Pop Idol in fucking reverse. He's a chief fuck all, but he's a dining at the top table. And nobody's saying a fucking word, only Porky.
Conor Benn, the Pop Idol of British boxing. There you go, Conor. There's a new nickname for you. Go,
Conor Benn, the Pop Idol of British boxing. Bro. You know what I'm saying? Bro.
I just hope.
Fucking,
I just hope.
Fucking favour.
I just hope he's keep taking his hemorrhoid cream for them heated seats.
Yeah, heated seats. I had a fucking heated seats in an XR3. 19 fucking, it were an X-Red. It wasn't even an I, it was just XR3, twin choke Weber. Throw a Pico exhaust on it though. And that had heated seats in it. 4-speeder on X-Red, Sunburst Red. 4 gears and heated seats. 1982 model. 10-year-old when I had it, or 9-year-old. A fucking heated seat. Do me a fucking favour. Have they all just got heated seats in Essex? Fucking hell. Jesus, do me a favour. Bruv.
Where did this London accent came from? Was he not from Australia?
No, he's fucking giving it the old Essex gangster, isn't it? Hey, listen, Coogan Cassius, see, I've got a question for you. You've got access to Conor Benn all the time. You're always hula hooping him. Why don't you ask him when he's going to fight somebody at his level? Why don't you ask him why he's not going for an area belt or an English or a British or a Commonwealth? Them just them 4 domestic level. Why don't you ask him that, Coogan? And while you're at it, ask Billy Joe Saunders if he quit against Canelo. Because it's been 16 weeks now and he's not been on your fucking channel. Any other time we can't get him out your fucking off your channel. We can't get you out his arsehole. Why aren't you round at Billy Joe's with your camera? Hey? Go ask him some fucking questions. The fucking everybody's in each other's pockets. Sorry about that. Fucking another video I'm not getting paid for. Sorry
Just
about that.
Just vent it out, Russell.
Listen, I'm fucking raging. Monday morning, raginator. All I need now is somebody to send me something that the Gad has put out. I mean, the rise of the Gad. Fucking
more
hell.
God than God. He's more God than God himself.
Hey, listen, mate. You know when I finish up here in a minute, right? I've got to go to Sheffield. We're sponsoring this kid, right? SYPS backing this kid. It's called Quinn Ahmed, right? I'm going to put SYPS on his shorts and Porky's Corner kid. But this kid's the real deal. He's been sparring 9-0 pros and holding his own, and he hasn't had an amateur fight yet. So he's going to do a year in amateurs, but got him from beginning. He's 18 this week, I think. He's the real deal kid. There's a few after him. Chris Smedley's had him a year now, and he's phenomenal, mate. Honestly, everybody's talking about him. So I'm glad to be a part of that. But when I leave here, I'm going to do some training, take them. And on the way back, I'm going to film Weapon of the Week.
Oh.
Right, this Weapon of the Week, this week, it's going to be fucking epic. But I haven't decided if I'm going to put it on members area or on YouTube, but we're going to see, mate. But Weapon of the Week this week is not to be fucking missed.
Russell, if it's God, I think he's got an unfair advantage on anybody now. He's just such a weapon. That's what I think. It's an unfair advantage for him to even be in that because he's the biggest weapon in boxing.
Gad's
Absolutely.
not weapon at week this week. I don't want to put Gad. I'm not going to give him fucking airtime because I really loves it.
Yeah.
I want people when they're in weapon at week to be fucking complaining about it. I don't want them going up to people I know saying, "Oh, I mean, Porky's gone a weapon at week. Fucking brilliant, isn't it?" I'm like, "Fucking what? Fucking not." I mean, Gad as a weapon again. Go on. So, winter main event then.
Main event. So we have had, right. So Callum Johnson went and fought Batirbiev or Birabeef, whatever you want to call him, at 14-0. We had Anthony Yard go to Russia and fight Kovalev for a world title. We had Spider Richards fight Beville. He hasn't even had 20 fights yet for a world title. We've had fighters like Shaquan Peters be British champion. How on earth can anybody turn around and say, I'm sorry, Lyndon Arthur beat Yard. He's Commonwealth champion, British Commonwealth champion. How can anybody put Joshua Buatsi ahead of any of them guys? He hasn't even won a domestic title. I'm lost.
Who's going on about that? Sam Jones?
All of them, yeah. Sam Jones. I seen his interview yesterday. What's he on?
Do you know
Has he only started watching boxing?
Sam Jones has got a lot to say for himself, but he never really about everybody else. But he never really said anything about Joyce Usyk, did he?
No. Joe Joyce has been parked up and fighting journeymen like Carlos Takam. You know what did you think of the Joshua Buatsi performance?
He's got to get Bolotniks out there before 11th, and surely if he's supposed to be this road man. But let me just touch on something else. You know his trainer, Virgil Hunter?
Yeah.
People keep hula hooping Virgil Hunter as this messiah. He has had 100 boxers through his gym over years who've turned pro with him, or round about that. He's only had one world champion, Andre Ward, and he were nailed on anyway with that style of his. So why all of a sudden have we got Tony the Bellew running around going on about like he is the messiah and the teacher and all this? He's had one world champion, Andre Ward, who were a fucking Olympic gold. If you can't get an Olympic gold medal to win a world title, you're not a fucking good trainer, in my opinion. That's just how I look at it. Luke Campbell didn't win a world title. So whoever were training him, obviously weren't that clued up, were they? Do you know what I mean? I know people might say, okay, Shane McGuigan were training him. Not at the beginning he wants, right? Olympic gold medalists should be nailed on for world titles, right?
Yeah.
Every time. So look at it like this. Who's got the better CV? Luke Campbell or Audley Harrison? But we make fun out of Audley, don't we? But he won a European title, didn't he?
Commonwealth title as well.
Yeah, and what's Luke got? A Commonwealth. There you go. So people, next time you're thinking of having a dig at Audley, remember this, he's got size 22 feet and he'll put his fucking big toe up your ass. No, I don't know, mate. There's contradictions everywhere, isn't there? But getting back to Buatsi, is he the real deal? No, is he fucking shit? I don't rate him. Callum Johnson punches the life out of him, and I think Lyndon Arthur jabs him to death. Arthur jabs him to death with one hand, just sticks behind his jab. And what they're trying to do, they're trying to pinch a world title for him because he's one of Joshua's mob, isn't he? Buatsi.
See from now. Yes, he is. See from now on, right? So the whole language is it's all WBA titles. See from right now, this day, I don't recognize the WBA as a world title anymore. No. I don't. No, I don't recognize it. There's so much. Dale, the voice of hardcore pay-per-view, was on that I enjoyed the video, and he was talking about how many titles they have. It is ridiculous, and the whole talk is that he's fighting for. He defended that worthless WBA Continental title the last time, and he defended it on Saturday night. So that means he's going to be in the top 10 of the W. I think he's number 3 in the WBA rankings.
What did he say yesterday? Did he say we've got 44 or 46 or something belts? 44 or 46 people making claim to being a world champion in 17 weight divisions. How fucked up is that? What could you imagine having fucking 4 Champions League winners or 4 Premier League winners? What the fucking hell are we involved in here?
Plus, Russell, there's actually vacant titles. There's actually titles that are actually vacant as well. So that's not taking them into consideration. You know, the WBA, in my opinion now, are absolutely worthless from right now. I'm not recognizing the WBA as a sanctioning body anymore. I'm not doing it.
You do right, mate. You do right. They're the worst one, aren't they, at the moment?
They were the first. They were the first title in boxing. They were the first sanctioning body in boxing, and to go from that to what they are now is absolutely shameful. Even the head of the zone in America is coming out and saying they're Mickey Mouse, and that is big coming from them in America to say that. I think there's a problem now. They're being investigated with links to PBC. You know, you look at all their rankings and you can see that it just seems to be full of PBC fighters and their rankings. So yeah, I'm sick to death of the WBA. They've absolutely destroyed the sport of boxing. They're one of the main culprits. Sanctioning bodies, yeah, there is 4 titles. Okay, 4 champions. We all know who the best champion is in every division. Then you've got that Ring Magazine belt that people will go back to. But you can't have 3 and 4 world titles of one sanctioning body, and it's a shambles. Sergio Martinez at number 3 in their rankings. Come on. Mark Demore, number 10. They had Bob Dandino as number 1. Daniel Dubois coming off a loss and winning a regular belt. What's going on?
Oh, is he a world champion now, Daniel Dubois?
He's like,
or is it an interim or something?
It's one of them interim belts coming off a loss. Come on. But going back to Joshua Buatsi, really, Russell, Bolotniks was a domestic level fighter at best. He had 5 losses going into this fight. That's a fight.
You know, it's a good fight.
He should have had 2 years ago.
Callum Johnson, jump in ring, smash that Bolotniks because inside 3 rounds. Because Callum Johnson, he don't want to drag fights, and he just wants to get them out there, doesn't he? And that's why he's probably the most exciting British fighter we've got at the moment. He just goes in there to seek and destroy, but he's not active enough for me. But I'd like to see him go fight Bolotniks now, smash him up, and then say, right, let's get it on, Buatsi. Buatsi against him. Could you imagine that? Joe Gallagher against Eddie Hearn. And Callum, Callum Johnson against Buatsi. Warren against Hearn as well. BT against Dazone or something. I think we could build a storyline around that and get some height. Why not? But Callum
would be great.
Callum Johnson's not active enough for me, but he's exciting, very exciting. And Buatsi, he's very dull and boring, and I don't want to see him on TV ever again. In fact, I want to see him at food banks on Dole.
I don't think he's improved under Hunter. I think he's regressed. He's trying to do that shoulder roll thing, and the job is too slow. Look at the amount of times Bolotniks caught him early on, flush backhands every time. If he get hit by Callum Johnson like that, he would be smashed to pieces, to be honest.
What did Virgil Hunter do for Amir Khan?
Got him knocked out, didn't he?
There you go. More than once. More than once. He got knocked out by Canelo, didn't he?
Kilano, and was he was Cam with him with the Crawford, the Phantom Punch that landed? Remember that?
I don't know, but you'd have to check that up because he's not big on interviews, Virgil. So he stays in background, and he's one of them who makes out his strong, silent type and that. But as far as I'm concerned, his body of work is Andre Ward, and that's it. He didn't do an out for Angulo, did he, against James Kirkland?
Knocked out, didn't he?
Ice.
Russell, so you spoke about Frank there. So what do you think of the whole Frank Warren selling out thing? What do you think of Frank selling out?
To YouTubers?
Yeah.
Frank Warren, come see me. Frank should be embarrassed, really, shouldn't he? But the desperate people do desperate things. I mean, look at Dennis. Oh, do you know what? I'm falling in love with women's boxing. Dennis, you know, and I know that you fucking hate women's boxing. Hate it with a passion. So stop talking shit. People say the right things and pay lip service. Dennis ain't got no time for women's boxing. Neither has Frank Warren. And Frank selling out to these YouTubers. Well, what can you say? And what are board doing? They're doing fuck all. They've got no choice. They're under pressure. Listen, these promoters now are shitting the pants. They all know they've got to work with them now because they bring that much to the table, don't they? And the product's going to get diluted. You've got every Tom, Dick and Harriet who's on Skid Row, like Shannon Briggs and all the rest of them, all coming out at woodwork. Glenn McCrory even piped up a few months ago, didn't he? I mean, what's he going to do? You'd have to get him out at fucking bar first, wouldn't they? Look, they all should be embarrassed. All should be embarrassed, but who was the first one who started it all off? Spencer Oliver. He was one of the first ones, one that had that show on. You remember the one in Manchester?
Yep.
You had a good do out of it, didn't you, Spencer Oliver? And now they're all in background now, not saying no because they've created a fucking monster, haven't they?
So you go back and you look at Frank. So Frank was the first one to promote one of those shows on national TV. He seems to forget that. And that was that shambles Freddie Flintoff fight.
Yeah, Frank Warren. Frank Warren, your original YouTuber.
And Shane McGuigan and Barry were talking about Freddie Flintoff as being this big puncher in the gym, and he was doing this and he was doing that. He couldn't even throw up a backhand, never mind do this or do that. But my opinion is on it, Russell, it goes back to the whole Fury thing. So BT have signed Tyson Fury. They've only had 2 pay-per-views with them. Yeah. They thought they were going to get the Takam fight or KBL fight in December. It wasn't allowed to happen. So BT have lost an absolute fortune on non-pay-per-views. They had the Dubois fight against Joe Joyce. That should have been pay-per-view. They didn't put it on because they thought the Tyson fight was going to happen. That was a loss of pay-per-view. So I think it's BT forcing their hand and saying, look, Frank, you've no pay-per-view fighters on your platform now. We need pay-per-view. We need to get something back from what we have lost.
He got Tyson Fury on his platform.
Tyson Fury's not going to fight again, Russell.
Yeah.
Who's he going to fight? You know, you spoke about this at the start, about you can't see the Wilder Fury fight happening. I want to go back a couple of weeks. I want to ask you last week, what did you think about what John Fury said about being in charge of the camp? He's training with me now. Where's Sugar Hill? Has he been sacked?
Yeah, he's gone.
Sacked, sent to Coventry. You know, this
he looks that way. John Fury come out, didn't he? Didn't John Fury say that Sugar Hill were letting Tyson do what he wants in Vegas, the Devil's Playground and all that? Look, John Fury, since he come out of prison 6 years ago, wanted to be Peter Fury. That's the bottom line. He wanted to be Peter, but he can't go to America. But Peter can he go to America? But what I want to make is this. John wants to be known as the man making all the decisions. Now, the lunatics have already left the asylum, haven't they? It looks like John's having a lot of influence, and don't look to be a lot of fucking fighting going on, does there, between Tyson or fucking John? A lot of talking. There's no fucking fighting, is there? So let them carry on with it, because it looks to me like it's all blown up in the faces from what I can see. But we're going to see, aren't we? We're going to see, but I look at it like this. If your car breaks down, you get a mechanic, don't you? You don't get a fucking baker to repair it. If you want some meat, you go to the butcher. You don't go fucking news agent, do you? So what's John Fury playing Mr. Boxing Manager for? Hey, fucking do me a favour. Get the fuck out of here. Get the fuck out of here. John Fury. Pop, pop, bang on the hard road. I've just done a big training session. I've been lifting 200 kilos today. And that
6 reps.
And that were on me Corey.
Oh, brutal.
Pop, pop, brutal. Bang. Pop, pop, brutal. Bang.
Brutal.
Give me them belts back that you stole. End of you, bum.
Oh, brutal.
Look,
brutal.
John Fury is a character, and he makes me laugh. But he's living out. Yep. He's living out there in Wood. It's at the fucking back of his house. There's a field at the side of his house. He's making out. He's fucking sat in house at night watching telly, laid in back. Do me a fucking favour. Living off the land. He got fucking meat from butchers. Come on, fucking hell. And he's giving pork to an Asian kid. What's all that about? The kid with that scared started eating it.
Oh,
fucking thing. Get the fuck out of here. Right. So we'll finish on Eddie Hearn's show. What we're going to give, I'm going to give it a 4.
Because Maya Jama wasn't there, Russell, I'm going to give it a 3.5.
Okay. Right. Why? Do you fancy her?
Don't like her.
Oh, you don't like her. All right. Right. Dennis's show in Malta.
Embarrassing. Why would you go over and waste money on production, setup? I don't know if he had Mike Goodall over there doing the ring, setting up the ring or not. Why would you waste your money going over there and putting a show on over there? Waste of time. Pointless.
This is how I look at it, right? 4 winning records against 4 losing records, 4 fights in Malta, and the whole lot were garbage, right? Utter garbage. I'm going to give it a 1 out of 10 for effort, but it was a joint promotion with Stephen Vaughan Promotions. But Dennis, come on, you're fucking better than that, mate. What are you doing? Fucking Malta. Fucking do me a favour. But coming to Dennis's show in a week this Friday, is it? Dave Allen's on there against the guy with a losing record. Tommy Frank against Matt Windle for vacant British. Anthony Tomlinson's in a 50-50. Kane Salvin's in a 50-50 with Michael Gomez Jr. So you could say there's 3 fights there that are all right. The Dave Allen one's a knockover for Dave. And I think the Tommy Frank one's an easy one for him against Matt Windle, who's not very good at all, 6-3-1. So he's had a gift there, Tommy Frank. But because Tommy's coming off technically 4 losses, but 2 if you look on box, right? We don't know if he's going to be a bit fragile or a bit gun-shy. We don't know. So that show's a bit better. But Dennis has been saying he's putting 50-50s on. Well, he's got 3 50-50 fights there on that show. That's good. But how many other 50-50s has he put on in these 13 shows he's put on? Not very many. So, but I'm going to get behind Dennis on his Sheffield show with Dave Allen on. So join Fight Zone. Forgot how much it is. Is it $5 a month? Get watching it. 27th of August. That looks like a show that you say is all right. It's not brilliant, but it's not crap like the others has been coming on. It's what the standard show that you'd expect for the area and what they've invested in it. So, see, I'm not all bad then. But old Dennis has won at weekend 4-0. Old Eddie's won 7-0. So that just proves that they're not 50-50s, doesn't it?
No. I think the Headingley card, the Warrington Lara fight is a better fight. So it is. It's more competitive. We'll have to see what's on the undercard of that. I think that's gonna be the catalyst to the zone in UK. I think the price will go up then. for that. I think this 199 a month will finish after fight camp or whatever they call it.
Yeah.
I think the price will go up, and I think we'll see a change in the zone. Will there be 50-50s on it? I don't know. Will he sign Olympians? We don't know. We know Joshua. I don't think everything's right in the camp with Joshua and Hearn. Something doesn't seem right there, Russell.
I personally think that Joshua is going to sign with Sky.
So do I. Why, the pay-per-view is, it brings in a lot of revenue. Why would you go to the zone and risk everything?
Well, if Eddie ends up losing Joshua and Canelo goes with Heyman, Eddie's on the outside looking in then, isn't he?
Big trouble. Big trouble.
Massive trouble. Massive. Let's have a look what we've got here. I think that's about it, Ken. We've done an hour nearly.
I wanted to ask you on. I listened to the commentary the other night. I picked up Jordan Gill turns down title. Do you think he's going to fight Lee Wood next?
Jordan Wood turns what down? Can't hear you, mate.
Jordan Gill.
Yeah, what about him?
He turned down a European title fight against Gaggio.
Yeah, Jordan Gill. Let me tell you about Jordan Gill, shall I? Josh Whale were offered the fight against Jordan Gill. Mick Whale said, yes, please, but not over 10 rounds, over 12. They got back to her, and then they came back and said, no, it's got to be 10 rounds. So Mick Whale said, no, 12 rounds. That was a year ago. So Jordan Gill's picks his fights, doesn't he?
Yeah, he's number 3 for the WBA now. So it looks like him and Lee Wood are going to have a fight in-house.
This WBA, it's a fucking monkey belt. It's a monkey belt, isn't it?
That's why I don't. It's cardboard. It's cardboard cutout belt.
Do you remember years ago when nobody rated WBO? They go, yeah, but it's a WBO.
Yeah.
Well, then that's now like the fucking WBA. They're in the same bracket now, WBO and WBA.
The first time I noticed this, Russell, was remember when Bernard Hopkins won the tournament, the middleweight tournament, and he had all the 4 belts.
Yeah.
First person to ever do it. And we had Hart Eastman went to America. I think it was on the undercard of Lennox Lewis, Hasim Rahman. He fought William Joppy.
Yeah.
And lost, split decision, 41. It was for a WBA regular belt. Then that was when that started to happen. So this has been going on a long, long time. It's not like, but as Dale said yesterday, it's just got progressively worse and worse and worse.
They're supposed to be nipping it in bud, weren't they, 4 years ago? I remember Andy Patterson giving Gilberto Mendoza some stick on Twitter. This is when I was ruthless on Twitter back in the day. And I remember him saying, yeah, they were going to look at it and sort it all out and get it to 1 belt. They've got fucking more than ever. Unbelievable.
They've actually created a belt last year. It was the gold belt. That's a new belt that they've created.
Fucking gold belt. What the fucking what? Gold. Okay, then. Well, listen, thank you for coming on, Kent. You've been a real addition to the Porky Express train.
Okay, enjoy the rest of your day, Russell.
Them t-shirts are all right, aren't they?
They're good. They're Egyptian cotton, so they're good quality, and they wash really well as well.
The quality of them's really good, isn't it? Yeah.
Brilliant.
All right, you take care, Ken. Have a great day.
Take care, everybody.
Mate.
Thank
Bye.
you.
Bye.
Take care.
Well, that was Kent. The hardcore's hardcore. Everybody's favourite at the moment, isn't it, Kent? People are saying to me in comment section, Porky, I don't know if it's Kent, Terry, Rico, or Dale. Who's best? And then somebody said, I like that Carl Wright. He's all right. Look, everybody brings something different. Everybody brings something different to it. Like young Chris Burns, he brings something different. Chris Ward. Everybody brings something different to the table. We all have opinions and you're allowed to express them on here. All right. So That's about it, really. You don't fancy training this morning, to be honest. You know, you get them fucking days, don't you? But it's got to be done, isn't it? And I get these shorts done. I'm gonna go then. Yeah, that's about it, really. Then come back here then. All right, peace out. Keep on trucking. Keep supporting boxing. Don't have nightmares. And you got a good video here, an hour long. Is it an hour long? Yeah, it's about an hour. All right. Peace out.